Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to the Cardinal Sports Network's presentation of Cardinal basketball from Trinity Valley Community College. We're at Cardinal Gym in Athens, Texas for a Region 14 conference game, JAYSON, between the Cardinals of Trinity Valley and the Jaguars of Jacksonville College. The Cardinals come into tonight's game with an 18-4 record. They are 7-4 in conference play and currently sitting in second place in the North Zone. Jacksonville College is at the 500 mark. They are 11-11, and they are 5-6 in conference play. And Jason, you look at what these two teams did coming into this game. The Cardinals went on the road and won in overtime over Lamar Port Arthur 75-68. And Jacksonville had a very nice home win over Tyler, 84-71.
Yeah, it's a good road win for the Cardinals. We've noted over previous broadcasts, Lamar Port Arthur's had a pretty good run here. Kind of hit a rough spot here lately, but they're a much improved basketball team. It's a nice long road win for the Cardinals. And the same thing for Jacksonville. Anytime you can beat a team like Tyler, that's a quality win. So we may have a pretty good battle here tonight between a couple of teams with some pretty good momentum going.
I think so, and I know talking to Pat Smith during the week, he was really nervous about this game. Of course, Pat's always nervous, and this is a school in which he used to coach, so you know it has extra meaning for him. But the Cardinals have really worked themselves into good position. If they can finish it with one of the top 4 records in the conference, they would get a bye at the regional tournament. That would be huge.
Yeah, that's a very important thing to get. You're absolutely right about Pat Smith. He mentioned it when he was honored before, at halftime, of the Lady Cardinal game. He talked about his time at Jacksonville College and how special that was to him, and probably just a little bit of a nice touch that's happening against Jacksonville. Of course, he talked about his time at Trinity Valley, and this has certainly been his favorite stop, he said. So it's an interesting time for them to catch Jacksonville with both these teams looking to solidify where they're at right now. Jacksonville's needing a win to kind of keep their roll going.
The Cardinals are playing under Pat Smith. This is his 4th season at Trinity Valley. Jacksonville's in its 1st season with Cinco Boone as the head coach. This is his 3rd year overall at the school, having served as an assistant coach to Greg Young. The two teams have not played this year, one being in the north, the Cardinals, and Jacksonville being in the south zone. This is their only meeting of the regular season. Of course, they could play if they were to make it to the regional tournament. The Cardinals will be in action again Saturday at Tyler in a 4 p.m. start. 4 p.m. start at Tyler on Saturday. Some of the Cardinal schedules have the game being here at Cardinal Gym, but in fact the game is on the road at Tyler at Wagstaff Gymnasium. Now, our next webcast of Cardinal basketball will be a week from Saturday when Paris, the team that is leading the North Zone, Jason, but a team in which the Cardinals have already defeated on the road.
Yeah, yet another good win. They've shown that they can take off some big road wins here, and of course I always come back to that Navarro game that they played so tough with as well. That was one they almost pulled off, so that'll be a big matchup for them.
You look at the leaders for the teams. Chris Blake is the leading scorer for the Cardinals. He's averaging 19.3 a game. He's the 2nd leading scorer in the conference. Keandre Derrick is averaging 13.6 a game. For Jacksonville, Bryce Hill is the leading scorer. He averages 13.6 a game. The leading rebounder for the Cardinals is Ernest Stretch Watson, averaging 7.3 rebounds a game. Eric Keeby is the leading rebounder for Jacksonville, and he's averaging 9.5 rebounds a game. Darius Gatson, the Cardinals' point guard, is averaging 5 assists a game, and Jeff Stubbs is averaging 3.4 assists a game. Chris Blake is not just a scorer, Jason. He's averaging 2.9 steals a game, we've seen him have some big steals in some key games this year.
Yeah, he's kind of, of course, with that last game with Corey Brown, he's kind of that type of player where he does a little bit of everything. He does it well, and he makes it look really easy. So you're right, he is absolutely not just a scorer, but he's quick, and he can surely do some damage on the defensive end.
Well, you're now set up for the game with the 18-4 Cardinals against the 11-11 Jacksonville College Jaguars, a game the Cardinals have to have to keep pace in the north zone. And we're about a minute away from tip-off. We'll probably have another playing of the national anthem, and then we'll have the introduction of the players. Again, we got a nice crowd here tonight, a lot of fans in the stands, and we've also got the Cardinal softball team here tonight. A lot of the football players are here. And Jacksonville has brought a pretty nice crowd over tonight here at Cardinal Gym on what has been was a gray, cloudy day in Athens with some rain.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's second game. Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Trinity Valley Cardinals. Starting lineup.
We're just going to go with the starting lineup, so we will not have a national anthem. So we'll turn it over to the PA announcer.
Daniel Skinner.
Skinner, a 6'4" freshman out of Lancaster, Texas.
Number 10, Eric Martin.
Martin, a 6'6" sophomore out of Houston, Texas.
Number 22, Jake Isler.
A 5'10" sophomore out of Clovis, New Mexico.
Number 24, Bryce Hill.
A 6'1" sophomore also out of Clovis, New Mexico. Must have been a nice team Clovis had when those two playing together.
Eric Keeby.
Keeby's a 6'6" sophomore from Ottawa, Canada. So maybe we have some listeners in Canada for tonight's game. We hope so. We'd like to welcome the Jacksonville fans that may be tuned in tonight, of course. Now we'll have the starting lineup, of course, for the Cardinals. 18-4 on the season.
Starting lineup for the Trinity Valley Cardinals. First, double zero from Houston, Texas. Freshman, Darius Gaston.
Of course, we told you Darius Gatson's averaging 5 assists a game as the Cardinal point guard.
Number 2 from Mobile,
Chris Blake, of course, is averaging, we told you, 19.3 points a game. He's the second leading scorer in the conference.
And number 20 from Flint, Michigan. Sophomore, Richie Stallings.
Stallings having a nice season, got a nice chest bump there from Isaiah Rusher.
And from Jamaica, number 45, sophomore,
Andre Forbes has really been playing some strong basketball here lately. Of course, he's a member of the Team Jamaica that could possibly playing in the 2012 Summer Olympics. And here's a crowd favorite here, Jason, Ernest Stretch Watson. Just the crowd just loves him. He usually has great games when we webcast games.
Head coach for the Cardinals, Pat Smith. Assistant coaches, Guy Furr, Andre Bell.
Cardinals going through their pregame routine at midcourt, and we're about ready to get underway here in this important Region 14 conference game. Cardinals are 18-4, 7-4 in conference play, and Jacksonville is 11-11 on the year and 5-6 in league play. Jacksonville's going to be decked out in black shorts and black tops trimmed in gold with purple numerals outlined in gold. Cardinals, of course, dressed in the home white, trimmed in red numbers, outlined in black. Now that the fashion show is over, we'll play a little basketball. For the Cardinals, Eric Martin will jump for the Jaguars, and we're ready to go. Ball is easily controlled by Forbes and the Cardinals. Gatson on the attack. Little 2-3 zone looks like for the Jaguars to start the game. Gatson pulls up to take a three. No good. Rebound is controlled by Keeby, and Jacksonville is on the run. And he steps out of bounds, so that's going to be a turnover for Jacksonville on its first trip to the offensive end. Thank you for joining us tonight for this Cardinal Sports Network's presentation of Cardinal basketball. Chris Blake with the basketball. Gets it back over to Gatson. Blake will pull the trigger on a three if you give him any room. Shot is good. Reggie Stallings with the Cardinals' first points and the first points of the game. Cardinals trapping in the backcourt. Watson and Stallings on the attack, but the ball goes out of bounds off of the Cardinals. Check that, off of Jacksonville. It's a turnover for Jacksonville. Good job of defense with the trap. Chris Blake. Gatson. Back to Blake, over to Stallings. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound is controlled by Martin. Quick outlet pass. Nice job down low by Daniel Skinner, 6'4" freshman out of Lancaster, Texas, going against Adrian Forbes, and we're tied at 2.
Nice move against a much larger player there in Adrian Forbes to get that layup.
Well, you just get a feeling Blake's going to pull the trigger on one of those threes in a minute. Puts up the three, no good. Rebound Forbes. Great job by Eric Keeby of Jacksonville of coming up with the turnover. Martin running the point. Rebound goes to Watson after Forbes touched the basketball. Chris Blake thought about driving the baseline, but was cut off by Martin. There's Gatson with a shot. Lucky they didn't get Forbes over the back then. Looked like he was over the back of a Jacksonville player. But Jacksonville is on the run.
Trinity Valley 1 for 5 now here in the early going.
Three-pointer, no good. Bryce Hill missed the shot, controlled by Stretch Watson. Trying to get the ball down to Forbes. They're looking. Jacksonville's doing a good job right now, covering him up. Gatson, Blake, shot clock coming up on 10 seconds. Inside of 10 now on the shot clock. 3 on the shot clock. He's trapped in the corner. Cardinals not going to get a shot off. They get a shot off, but going to be a shot clock violation. Great job of defense that time by the Jaguars, Jason, but Cardinals were a little out of sorts.
Yeah, just maybe trying to be a little too patient. Forbes maybe had a shot down there on the block. They're 1 of 6 now, starting off early on.
Oh, wide open underneath. Eric Keeby underneath. Bryce Hill did a great job of spotting him underneath and getting the ball, and Jacksonville's got the lead at 4-2, and we're 3.5 minutes into the game.
Not much Forbes could have done there. Had a 2-on-1. One of them was going to be open.
A little hand check there, no question about that one. Bryce Hill. Check that. That was Jaden Isler on the foul, my bad. Number 22 instead of 24. Isaiah Rusher has checked into the game for the Cardinals, number 52. Kid with a lot of talent. Stretch Watson asked for the ball, didn't get it. Now he does. Baseline jumper, no good. Cardinals 1 of 7 shooting. Not the start that they were looking for.
Not at all.
But it is 4-2.
They've had some good looks, just not getting the shots to fall just yet.
Great job by Chris Blake. There's a steal. Boy, Chris Blake is going to come up with 2 or 3 or 4 of those a game. Jeff Stubbs over to Blake. Watson's wanting the ball inside. Stubbs puts up the three-pointer, nails it. 5-4 Cardinals, 15:40 left in the first half. Nice job on the boards by Eric Keeby. He draws the foul. Rusher with the foul. Hill did a great job of getting the ball to Keeby that time. 2 free throws. First one's good. Tied at 5, 15-28 left in the first half. And the second one falls in. Pressure defense by Jacksonville. Now they drop out of it, going for a trap now. Stretch Watson, turnaround jumper, no good. Rusher controls the rebound, puts up the shot, makes it. Isaiah Rusher stayed with it, got the bucket to fall, 7-6 Cardinals. Well, Jason's got a feeling this is going to be one of those kind of games. It's going to be back and forth like this.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a real grinder.
Three-pointer, no good. Bryce Hill put it up. Cardinals control it. Stubbs with the basketball to Blake. Cross court to Keandre Derrick. Derrick, shot, jumper, no good. From the free throw line. Stubbs did a great job of keeping the ball alive, but there was not a teammate anywhere near that could keep it from going out of bounds, so the ball will remain with the Jaguars.
He also did a great job of keeping his balance, running 6 rows up into the stands there.
I don't think this is going to be a flashy type game.
I don't either.
Certainly hasn't started that way.
The Cards being 3 of 11 here, I think they're going to want to try to work the ball down low and give Rusher and Stretch Watson, those kind of guys, a chance to swing the momentum a little bit.
Shot clock violation. It didn't look like that the Jaguars knew what the shot clock was doing, Jason.
I absolutely think they did not know what it was. They were just taking their time there.
Cinco Boone in his first year as head coach of Jacksonville. Very personable guy. I'm sure he's a fan favorite down in Jacksonville. Stubbs pulls up with a 3, drains it. Nice job, Jeff Stubbs, a 6-foot freshman out of Jackson, Mississippi.
He's really come on, Benny. He's, beginning of the season didn't have the kind of impact he's having now, and he's doing a great job now.
Well, that's a really nice battle going on inside, and Eric Keeby's doing a great job for Jacksonville. The Cardinals control, but they turn it over.
Got a pretty small look right now by Trinity Valley. You've got essentially 4 guys that are guards in the game with Rusher, who's just a giant.
Yep. We should mention that Xavier Williamson, number 31, is checked into the game. Three-pointer, good. Eric Martin drains one from the corner. 10-9 Cardinals with 12:57 left in the opening half. Chris Blake. Cardinals have got some guys out there who aren't afraid to pull the trigger out beyond the three-point circle. This is turned over. Rusher. Blake comes up with the steal. Takes it coast to coast, misses the dunk. And it's Jacksonville's basketball. Just not very smooth. Oh, there's the walk in there, not called. Whew. Not very pretty right now.
For neither team.
Rusher's going to be called for his second foul. That's going to send Keeby to the free throw line again for 2. Just not very fluid in the way the game's being played.
Seeing the replay here, ball goes down into Keeby, and he just challenges Rusher right there, goes right up and draws the foul.
12-14 left in the first half. 2 free throws for Keeby. First one comes up short. Stretch Watson and Adrian Forbes check back in. Rusher's going to the bench with his second personal foul.
Chris Blake also going to get a rest here for Trinity Valley.
Probably be a short rest, too.
I imagine it will be.
Second one is good, and we're going to be tied at 10. See where the Cardinals get their offense from now with this unit that's out on the floor. We know that Williamson will pull the trigger on a three-pointer very quickly.
Yeah, and I think they've done a lot of shooting here, too. I think it's time to maybe get the ball down low. Let Stretch do his thing around the basket. Let Adrian do a little bit with his back to the basket, see what can happen here.
Stubbs to Williamson. There's the three. Got it. Well, that was right in front of us, Jason. You can just tell when that one left that it was on target.
Yeah, just perfect trajectory. It was right on the mark.
He can get hot. He can hit those threes. There's going to be a quick foul on Stubbs. Williamson is a 6'2" freshman out of Georgetown, Texas. Not far from Austin. I-35.
3 3-pointers for Trinity Valley tonight. They started off hot from behind the line there.
It's a good thing they've gotten them, too. 13-10.
3 of 6.
Three-pointer off the mark. Bryce Hill controlled by the Cardinals.
Stretch's third rebound.
Nice drive, a touch off the glass that time for the Cardinals. Stallings, very nice job. Did a good job of controlling his body in flight.
4 points.
And there's an unforced error there. Goes off the fingertips of Javay Gilchrist, 6'2" freshman out of Teaneck, New Jersey. Teaneck, New Jersey. Say that real quick.
No. I'm afraid of what might come out.
I should have tried it at all. 15-10. Gadsden's back in control of the offense. Williamson pulls the trigger again. Well, that would look good too. Just didn't fall for him though.
Good goodness. He is not afraid to fire from a long way out.
Eric Martin controlled the rebound. Yeah, that was a turnover begging to happen there, Jason. They just were never in control of the basketball.
7 turnovers now for Jacksonville. Yeah, he was just too far into that basket to try to really get anything done under there, and it didn't look pretty getting there anyway in the first place.
15-10, 10:52 left in the first half. 5-point lead. I think that's the biggest spread we've had in the game too.
That's come alive. They hit 4 of their last 5 shots. Excuse me, 3 of their last 4.
Watson. That's a turnover there. It's a bad decision there. Cross-court pass. Nice steal by Hill. Behind the back pass. Rejected. Stretch made up for it. He's rejected that ball. And Stretch with the steal. Back to Blake. Back to Stretch. Doesn't get the shot to fall, but draws the foul. Will shoot 2 free throws. Fouls on Daniel Skinner.
Nice job here. You see Stretch gets up there and forces the issue there at the basket after getting the steal on the other end. For a big guy, 6'7", he can really move. He's a real nimble guy.
He is. Stretch at the line for 2 free throws. Unsuccessful on the first. Stretch's first name, of course, we know is Ernest, but he goes by Stretch here on campus. That's pretty much an accepted nickname for him. That's what we know him by. Not trying to seem informal. Second free throw attempt. He misses that one too, but Chris Blake with the rebound. Is he going to be able to maintain control? He does. Goes up strong and gets a foul. Draws a foul.
Number 42.
Gary Roberson with the foul. A 6'6" freshman out of Natchitoches, Louisiana. Gets the first one to fall. Makes the second. 17-10 Cardinals coming up on the 10-minute mark of the first half. Biggest lead of the game.
This Blake's first 2 points of the night. Probably many more to come.
Hill dishes it off. Oh, the Cardinals played way above the rim there.
I don't know who you credit the block to. It looked like Forbes kind of got his hand on it, and it just happened to be where that ball flew straight up. It still had a chance to go in.
And Blake had a chance to control it, but the ball goes off Blake. Now we got officials want Cinco Boone to stay back in closer to the coach's box. Now they're going to talk to the Cardinal bench as well. Blake went for the steal, came up a little bit shy. Drive by Roberson in a spin move, but he doesn't get the shot to fall.
Stretch's 4th rebound here in the first 10 minutes of the ball game.
Watch him turn around jumper from the baseline, no good. Well, Stretch just can't get that shot to fall just yet tonight. Blocked by Forbes, 3-pointer, no good by Hill. Keandre Derrick in control for the Cardinals. Over to Blake. Down low to Stretch, turn around. No, Forbes couldn't time his jumper, come with a rebound, and Forbes is going to get called for the foul.
Sure did think that, excuse me, Benny, that Stretch had a little bit of contact on that elbow. You could kind of see as he went up, the shot changed directions on his arm, but no call there. See on the replay here, Blake's going to drive in there, feeds the ball in the Stretch, and there's the hook. Good defense. I'm wrong. You see that? That's pretty good defense.
Jacksonville in control of the basketball. Hill on the attack. Oh, great job by Stubbs getting a piece of the ball, and he drives, dishes it back to Stretch, turnaround, soft. Boy, Stretch just can't get that shot to fall tonight.
Yeah, he's just having a hard time. Seems like when he's going up, he's having a hard time getting control of the ball.
Cardinals are really missing some chances here to extend that lead. Nice baseline move by Daniel Skinner. Adrian Forbes with the foul. Chance for a 3-point play for the Jaguars, and they can get right back into the game that quickly.
See here on the replay coming up. Just drives right in there, gets the contact, and the shot falls. It's a nice job there by Skinner. Again, attacking the basket there, and Forbes picks up his 2nd foul. He's probably going to be sitting down here pretty soon.
Skinner's free throw. Successful, 4-point game. At halftime, we'll have the Cardinal cheerleaders and the Cardettes performing for you. Keep in mind that the Lady Cardinal softball team will play at home next Monday at 1-3 at Kane Park against Grayson Community College. They started the season 0-2. Derrick, 3-pointer, got it. Turning down the first time, but not the second time. 20-13 Cardinals.
First 3 points of the night for Derrick.
We have a foul called. Foul's going to be on Jeff Stubbs. It's going to bring Darius Gatson into the game, the Cardinals. Stubbs called for his 2nd foul. Forbes with a block. And I believe Forbes is going to be called for a foul this time, though.
It's his 3rd, Benny.
Cardinals are getting into a little bit of foul difficulty there at the post position. You see Stephon Moutier is checked into the game, 34 for the Cardinals. Going to bring Isaiah Rusher back into the game, and he's got 2 personal fouls.
Watch this replay here. Passes up the shot, drives in there, and just forces body contact. Forbes just kind of got an arm up, couldn't do much there.
Gilchrist misses the first free throw. Second to follow. 20-13 Cardinals, 7:22 left in the first half. Can't get the second fall. Rusher loses the rebound. It's going to be held ball, and the ball is going to still belong to the Jaguars. So, man, the Cardinals having a hard time getting possession of the basketball. They've had some chances down there on this possession for the Jaguars. Drive. Rusher did a good job of controlling his body and not getting the foul called then, Jason, and he forced a turnover.
Yeah, he sure did. That's 10 turnovers now for Jacksonville. He did a great job down there. Just kind of stood there like an oak tree, and there wasn't much that Kebe could do down there. He was trying to get some position, never got it.
A little token pressure, Jacksonville. Looking to set up a trap. No problem for the Cardinals. Derek thought about it. Blake thought about it. Cross-court pass, boy, that is so dangerous. Derek controls it. Derek pulls the trigger on a 3. That's off the mark. You can see that one.
4 of 10 from three-point range now for Trinity Valley.
We have an offensive foul call, a little clear out that time. Eric Martin will be called for the clear out.
It's 11 turnovers now for Jacksonville.
Yeah, but the Cardinals aren't really taking advantage of them, though, Jason.
Yeah.
Just being 20-13, they've had a chance to really extend this lead. Gatson over to Blake. Trying to get the ball to Rusher or Watson inside, but the Jaguars are dropped back in that zone, doing a great job. Pull-up jumper, no good. Stallings, and we have a foul call.
Yeah, Rusher just got pushed right in the back there by Eric Martin. He jumped up, and pretty obvious there. And it was right in front of the referee, too.
Not a good place for a foul.
No, it's not. Martin's second foul in about 35 seconds.
Stallings to Gatson. Back to Stallings. To Gatson. Thought about the 3, turned it down. Blake. Can't get the ball inside. Gatson with the 3. In and out. Stretch with the rebound. Can't get it to fall, but draws a foul. Two free throws coming up for Stretch Watson.
And maybe when your shots aren't falling, Benny, that's the kind of thing that can get you going, is just to work the offensive board here pretty hard and see if you can do something at the free throw line.
Gets the first one.
See here on the replay, Stretch is right in there and battles for that rebound, just tries to throw it back up real quick. It was off the mark, but that's why he stands the line right now.
Did a good job of fading away on the shot, too. Second free throw is short, rebounded by the Jaguars. Eric Martin. Three-pointer, Martin, no good. Rebound controlled by Eric Blake. Chance for the Cardinals to run their lead to 10.
I think that's a good plan Trinity Valley has. Just keep working into those low post guys. Let them establish a little bit of a dominance down there.
Jacksonville really got it packed in there in the lane. Rusher makes a move. Going to be called for an offensive foul. That's going to be his third. Now you got Forbes with 3 and Rusher with 3.
Yeah, he kind of barreled in there. You see Jacksonville, Cinco Boone calling a timeout. Just saw Rusher kind of barreling in there, and they got him for that offensive foul.
Yeah, I think it looked more like a foul than it was an actual foul.
I agree with that. I don't know that there was a whole lot of contact there.
Yeah,
he just kind of put the ball on the floor and stomped.
You know what? Wasn't much of an advantage gained by fouling anyway.
Right.
But we got a 30-second timeout by the Jaguars. They're down 21-13. 4:54 left in the first half. Real low-scoring game. Kind of what I suspected might happen tonight with these two teams. Of course, Jacksonville has really packed into that 2-3 zone quite a bit tonight, as we've seen, and the Cardinals had a tough time exploiting it inside.
Yeah, now with 3 fouls, as you mentioned, on Forbes and Rusher, they're going to have to get some production out of a Stretch Watson and work some of those other guys down there. Moutier is going to probably play a big factor. You're probably going to see DeCario Tidwell here in the game quite a bit now.
I think so. Yeah, you definitely have to go to him. Xavier Williamson is back in the game for the Cardinals. Isler running the offense right now for the Jaguars, number 22. Being guarded by Gatson. Real nice pass by Hill down low. Good job of Eric Martin freeing up down low and being fouled in the process. Potential 3-point play coming up for the Jaguars, not what the Cardinals need.
You can see the frustration on the part of Pat Smith and Andre Bell, another one of the assistant coaches over on the bench, because essentially Williamson was out of position there and there wasn't a whole lot he could do.
Doesn't get the free throw to fall, but the Jaguars control the rebound and have a chance to make it a 4-point play, and they're going to. Great up and under reverse layup. Isler. Now we're 21-17, just like that. Just like that, the Cardinals' comfortable lead is gone. And a great job of trapping that time by the Jaguars. Cardinals maintain possession. But you see Keandre Derrick coming back into the game. A little bit of help with the ball, and that will be a great help with Chris Blake and Gatson, and to have Keandre Derrick out there. I think it's a better of a matchup for the Cardinals. Cardinals trying to find an opening in the zone.
5 on the shot clock.
Chris Blake puts up the 3, hits it. Oh, man, that's a big breaker. Shot clock, as Jason pointed out, was winding down. He was down to 2 seconds. Blake hits the 3, makes it 24-17.
It's a 5th 3-pointer tonight for Trinity Valley here in the first half. He really bailed him out on that one.
He really did. Coming up on the 3-minute mark, they get the ball down low for an easy bucket that time. Eric Keeby. That was a little bit too easy there. Wouldn't want to see that. You can see that Pat Smith's not too excited about that one.
3 shots in a row now for Jacksonville as they're catching up, and 5 points for Keeby.
But a 5-point game. Under 3 minutes left in the first half. And a fast pace, time-wise, not so much in the way it was played. 3-pointers have saved the Cardinals against that zone. Nice drive by Derrick. Can't get the shot to fall. And it's tipped in. Looked like it was tipped in by a Jacksonville player. I think Stretch Watson was the closest Cardinal.
Yeah, you're going to have to give him credit for that one. That was actually tipped in by number 10, Eric Martin.
Cardinals on the move. Gatson drives, loses the ball out of bounds, but they're going to say it went off a Jacksonville player, and it'll be the Cardinals basketball. Blake on a 3, no good. Well, that would have been a big bucket for him, momentum-wise. Blake almost comes up with a steal.
He picks up his 5th rebound there. He's doing a nice job down low for Jacksonville tonight.
3-pointer on the way, no good. Put up by Lindell Brown. Keandre Derrick drives, bucket. Nice. 28-19, 9-point Cardinal lead.
5 points from Derek. And how many times we've seen Derek just kind of use his ability to hang in the air to make things happen.
Cardinals need to just not give up the three-pointer or the three-point play here. They're just turning them loose down low. Three-pointer off the mark. Rebound follow. Bryce Hill gets it. 28-21. 125 and counting left in the first half. Keandre Derrick to Gatson. Just nothing inside for the Cardinals right now. Blake drives. It'll be a foul before the shot. Eric Martin foul before the shot, but it is a 1-and-1. So Blake will go to the free throw line.
3 on Martin. And once again, the shot clock, you see here on the replay, it's rolling down here. Gadsden's looking around. They finally get the ball around to Blake, and he realizes there's 5 on the shot clock. You can see there, and tries to force a shot, and that could have easily been offensive foul the other way. So again, Trinity Valley, it's about the third time we've seen them run that shot clock really low and then have to try to hurry a shot.
I think it would have been an offensive foul, but they called the foul before he actually, as he was making his move. So I think that's what saved Chris Blake that time.
There you go.
1-and-1 for Blake. 55.7 seconds left in the first half. Gets the first one.
6 points for Blake now.
The second doesn't fall, but Watson gets a rebound, but now we're going to have a whistle and a foul called on Stretch. Stretch Watson, they said he hooked the player to get position to get in to get that rebound. That's going to be a 1-and-1 the other way. This is what you don't want. You don't want Jacksonville with the ability to score with the clock stopped.
Exactly. And again, I think that's just a tribute to Keevy down there being real tough. Watson was trying to get a jump on him, trying to get some kind of an advantage. Just kind of hooked him there.
Keevy at the line for 1-and-1, for 2 shots. 2 shots, double bonus. Gets the second. 29-22. Cardinals want to finish the half strong. There's just nothing inside for them to shoot over the top of the Jacksonville defense. 5 on the shot clock. Oh, they did a great job of getting it down low that time. Reggie Stallings had got free underneath. That's a big bucket there for the Cardinals. Look like they might have a shot clock violation.
Good look by Gatson there too, or excuse me, Derek. Dish right there as the shot clock is winding down again.
Shot is forced up, a three-pointer, but Hill no good. The Cardinals are going to control. Keandre Derrick puts up a 3. No good. I think that might have counted. They weren't waving it off. And so our halftime score here from Cardinal Gym in Athens, Texas is the Trinity Valley Community College Cardinals 31 and the Jacksonville College Jaguars 22. And we're back at Cardinal Gymnasium at halftime. The Cardinals leading 31-22. Hey, Jason, let's take a look at the Cardinals' game-by-game results there. And see the stretch they have together. That's the women's games right there. But nevertheless, they're having a great season. But we're about 2:28 left from starting the second half. 2:22. Now you see the Cardinals, the standings coming into tonight's game. Jason, as we talked about earlier tonight, you got to be one of the top 4 teams record-wise within the conference to get a bye at the regional tournament. And right now, if the regional tournament were to start, Paris would be the 1 seed, San Jac would be the 2 seed, Navarro, by virtue of its win over the Cardinals, would be the 3 seed, the Cardinals would be the 4th seed. So you definitely want to finish in the top 4 going into the regional tournament.
And it doesn't look, if Trinity Valley hangs on here tonight, and it's still a very close ball game, so that's not a given. We know that Navarro is ahead of Lawn Morris tonight, so they won't get a chance to gain any ground on the Bulldogs if things continue to play out the way they are. So just makes this final stretch a little more important.
Also, we can look at the games that are going on tonight, Jason. You mentioned that Navarro was leading Lawn Morris at halftime. Well, that's the Cardinals game that's back to I think that's the women's games again. So
let me just give you a few halftime stats here real quick, Benny. Trinity Valley's got 3 players with 6 points with Jeff Stubbs, Reggie Stallings, and Chris Blake. Right now, Jacksonville is led by Eric Keeby with 6 points. Eric Martin and Daniel Skinner have 5. Trinity Valley's 11 of 28 from field goal range, 5 of 14 from three-point range, 4 of 8 from the free throw line. Jacksonville 8 of 25 from the field, 1 of 10 from three-point range, and 5 of 9 from the free throw line.
we're ready to start the second half. Cardinals up 31-22 on this Wednesday night at Cardinal Gym in Athens, Texas. Glad to have you all joining us on the Cardinal Sports Network at tvcc.edu. Remind you, if you'd like to let us know that you're listening, you can do so by emailing us at csn@tvcc.edu. We'd love to hear from you. Glad to have both fans from the Cardinals and the Jaguars looking in tonight here at Cardinal Gym. Hope you can make it to Cardinal Gym sometimes real soon. It'll be the Cardinals basketball. Darius Gatson controlling for the Cardinals. Forbes back in the game with 3 fouls for the Cardinals. They get the ball to him down low, stripped away, but he goes out of bounds off of Eric Keeby.
Keeby just got his hands right between Forbes as he was going up.
9 seconds on the shot clock. Don't want to lose track of that. Blake's going to have to put up a 3. Gets it. Oh, he's money when the shot clock is running down.
Sure is. Once again, saves it there from the turnover.
There's a steal by Blake and a layup. And just like that, Chris Blake says, how do you do? Keeby with the layup. 36-24. Man, a fast-paced first minute, Jason, different than the first half.
They're moving quick. Now Blake has 11 points now.
Stallings puts up the shot. Won't fall. There's Stretch with the rebound. Back out to Stallings. Stallings with the drive. Over in the corner to Stallings. 3-pointer. Drains it. Cardinals are on fire. Great start by the Cardinals.
3 of 4 now. 9 points for Stallings.
39-24. Cardinals need to play some defense now. They full control of the game if they do. 3-pointer, Hill got it. Can't turn him loose. He can knock it down too. Bryce Hill, 6'1" sophomore out of Clovis, New Mexico.
5 for Hill. Now these two teams have combined. They hit 5 of their first 6 shots combined here. A very fast-paced first 2 minutes.
I think the Cardinals realize they're going to shoot over the top. 3-pointer by Stallings, no good. Controlled by the Eric Martin for the Jaguars. There's Hill again for 3. He's got it. And Pat Smith has seen all he wants to look at right now. He's trying to get a timeout. He gets the timeout. He's going to ask, is anybody going to please consider stepping out and guarding Bryce Hill? 39-30, 17:30 left in the game. Cardinal timeout. Pat Smith's questioning Chris Blake. I don't know if Blake's the one that's turned him loose, but they're not finding him fast enough.
That's an interrogation right there, Benny. Jacksonville was 1 for 10 from the three-point arc in the first half. They're already 2 for 2, and both of those coming from Bryce Hill, who now has 8 points. With just 2.5 minutes gone by here, 9-point Trinity Valley advantage.
And the Cardinals had a 15-point lead just a short time ago.
Yeah. We moved real quick here. Those first couple of buckets by Chris Blake put him out quick, and just like that, that's the three-point shot can bring you right back into a game real quick.
It's a busy day here on campus, Jason. As you know, the National Signing Day for football, and Brad Smiley and his coaching staff and players really recruited a pretty good class, it appears.
Yeah, we visited down there with Smiley and his coaching staff today, and they were very excited about some of the guys they landed. They were really excited about all the guys they landed. It's such a rewarding thing to actually have these guys fax in those papers when they've signed and agreed to sign that national letter of intent. And it's a long road for the recruiting process, and now comes the real big stuff, the gaming and the practicing. And
spring football will be here before you know it.
Sure thing.
Darius Gatson controlling. Keandre Derrick can't find any penetration. Puts up the shot. Can't get it down. Follows it up though. Gets the rebound, and it's going to be fouled. Nice job by Keandre Derrick. Bryce Hill was foul. Called for the foul. Now you have Isaiah Rusher.
See here on the replay, the shot, he goes right back after that shot. There's a huge gap in the floor there, and he gets fouled coming down.
Stretch Watson turnaround jumper, good. There's Stretch. That's the Stretch we need to see here in the second half if you're a Cardinal fan. Oh, credit Jeff Stubbs with causing that slam to go off the mark. There's an alley-oop, Chris Blake from Keandre Derrick. That's the way it's done. That's the way the alley-oop is done. Isaiah Rusher, rebound. After the Daniel Skinner miss, there's Keandre Derrick putting it up underneath, misses. Isaiah Rusher with the putback, and he gets it to fall. And we have a timeout on the floor, and just like that, the Cardinals have opened up a 15-point lead again. Full timeout, Jacksonville.
Let's look at the replay, Benny, that alley-oop. That's always going to be fun here. See here, there's the lob right there from Derrick, and perfect elevation, and wow.
That's the way you draw it up.
Yeah, it sure is. Well, defense might have been drawn off just a little bit. You know, Stretch was coming across the lane there and calling for the ball, and I don't think anybody saw Chris Blake coming in on that backside.
He did sneak in the back door. 16:25 left in the game during this timeout. 45-30 Cardinals. You feel like the Cardinals are just on the verge, Jason, of taking control of the game, but Jacksonville always finds just enough to stay within striking range.
Yeah, you know, that's kind of the game that we were figuring, just a real grinded-out kind of game. So they better get ready for it, because that's what it's going to be here for the next 16:25, I think.
If the Cardinals can really turn up the defensive pressure and get a couple of turnovers and turn those into points, then you might have a different last half of the game. Last half of the second half, I should say. Cardinals with pressure defense. Jacksonville did a good job then of trying to work the ball down low, but they didn't take care of it and turned it over. Cardinals have a chance now to build on their lead. clearly got the momentum of the game in their favor now.
Yeah, I thought they gave up an opportunity there when Skinner kind of drove in there and turned right back around and came out. You can understand what he's trying to do there, pull it back out when you got some better numbers. But, you know, when you're behind by 15, I think you've got a good shot here as he exits the game here. You see Skinner going over to Cinco Boone. Probably should just try to take it in there and see what happens as far as drawing a foul. Only 9 free throw attempts in the first half for Jacksonville.
DeAndre Derrick drives the baseline, puts up the shot. Got a little bit out of position there on that one. Well, great job that time. Well, credit Jeff Stubbs for staying with the basketball, trying to save it on to the Cardinals, but it's going to belong to Jacksonville. Oh, shot down low, good.
Hill just got a quick little shot in there off that inbound.
It was.
10 points now for Hill.
15-10 left in the game. Stretch Watson flashes, gets the pass. West done there. He flashed into the lane and took the pass and hit the shot all in one motion.
And that's his game right there. He can play down low, but he's very dangerous right there too. 7 points now for Stretch.
Well, a lot of contact in there that time. I think they're going to get Chris Blake with the foul. Yeah, the foul is on Blake. It'll be 2 free throws. Eric Martin will be at the line. 47-32. Cardinals led 31-22 at halftime.
The replay, Benny. Martin jumped up there. He had Rusher kind of in his face, and Blake tried to come from behind and block it. As you say so much, when you try to make that play from behind, more often than not, you're going to get a foul called on you.
First free throw was unsuccessful. Gets the second. 14-point game.
6 points for Martin.
Chris Blake, fall away jumper from the baseline. Knocks it down.
Such a smooth player there. 15 points now for Blake. We average right around 19, is that right?
That's right, 19.4. Block by Stretch Watson. A lot of contact, no whistle. Ball belongs to the Cardinals. Jacksonville fans didn't particularly like the call.
You got a pair of handcuffs in here.
Oh, there's an unforced error there as Stubbs fell down.
Yeah, he just flat out fell down.
But he winds up getting a steal out of it, though. He goes coast to coast and makes it. Yes, Stubbs, 6-foot freshman out of Jackson, Mississippi, with the drive.
A lot of these guys like Stubbs and Stallings have really come along here.
Stubbs tried to step in the lane that time, the passing lane that time, but it's going to be called too close, too much contact for the foul. That's his third foul. Three-pointer by Hill, in and out. Rusher with the rebound. Chris Blake, Ernest Watson. Watson with the miss. Oh, Rusher gets called for his 4th personal foul there. That's a tough call there, tough call. So we send Isaiah to the bench. Forbes is going to check back in.
Trinity Valley's pretty fortunate to this point, I think, that they're not in worse foul trouble. They did a good job of managing those guys' fouls there, the big guys, Forbes and Rusher. So
yeah, they had to early on for sure. Just can't let Jacksonville go on and kind of run here. Got to keep getting stops. That was pretty easy there. Eric Keeby from the baseline. There's a steal and a bucket, and just like that, Javar Gilchrist, my bad. 51-37. Three-pointer, Chris Blake. Tried to fall, wouldn't do it. Forbes couldn't control the rebound. Stallings applying pressure. Nice drive, shot by Gilchrist. 51-39. You feel like Jacksonville's up on his toes playing defense now. They're feeling like they're about to get back in this game.
With their last 3 shots, 2 of them by Gilchrist.
12:31 left in the game. Gatson to Stallings. Back to Blake. Had room for the 3, didn't take it. Goes on the drive, puts up the shot, got it. And Pat Smith's going to call a timeout. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. He wants to reset the defense just a little bit.
17 points now for Blake. Nice decision there. He did have room for the 3. Ended up kind of driving around there. Made just a nice move. He's so quick with the ball, so quick to the hoop.
Some men's scores here at halftime. Kilgore's ahead of San Jacinto 33-32. Rivera was ahead of Lon Morris 34-26. Had Paris 45, Lamar Port Arthur 25 at halftime. And that catches you up on the other Region 14 conference games currently going on. Cardinals applying pressure. Jacksonville just beats the 5-second count. Oh, great block. Adrian Forbes goes up and knocks that one away. Great job that time by Lindell Brown, though, driving and changing hands over to his left hand and avoiding the pressure and putting the points in, the bucket in. Gatson drives and is swatted down, and there's a whistle. We have a foul called. Foul's going to be on Keeby, number 32. 53-41, 11:45 left in the game. Gatson gets the ball in we got it in to Stretch, and he quickly gives the ball to Chris Blake. Gatson thought about the 3. Gets the ball down low to Forbes, little hook shot. Ball goes out of bounds, goes over to the Jaguars. Again, our next webcast will be on Saturday, February the 13th, when Paris comes to town for our Region 14 conference doubleheader at 2 and 4 p.m. We'll start our pregame on the women's game at 1:45 p.m. Gilchrist with the miss, Cardinals control. Stallings takes it all the way, easy layup. Nice job that time by Reggie Stallings, 6'3" sophomore out of Flint, Michigan.
11 points for Stallings.
55-41. With a shot off the glass, missed by Hill. Gatson to Blake. Yeah, Forbes is wide open. They get the ball to him. He takes steps. He was so wide open, he took steps. He couldn't wait to take off for the goal. So a turnover for the Cardinals. Third turnover of the half. Hill drives, dishes off. I think Forbes has just picked up his fourth foul, Jason.
I think so, too.
Yep, he did. So now then Pat Smith's got to make a decision. Does he want Rusher on the floor and save Forbes or vice versa? Looks like we see our answer here as we see Isaiah Rusher coming to the scorer's table. It's probably going to pull him into the game for Adrian Forbes. 10:31 left in the game. Just can't have anybody fouling out this early. First free throw attempt is no good. Keeby.
Now Moutier's on the bench. He's pulled his warm-up off. I think he's expecting some action here pretty quick.
Rusher does come into the game for Forbes. They both have 4 fouls. Second free throw is no good. Stretch Watson lines up the basketball, trying to get it to Gatson.
A nice game on the boards, man. I know the offense hasn't been there all night long, but he's done a good job on rebounding.
Chris Blake pull-up jumper, hit it. Chris Blake got a 15-foot pull-up jumper from the baseline. 57-41, 16-point Cardinal lead. Oh, wide open underneath. Cardinals have got to shore that up a little bit. Keeby worked his way free inside. Easy bucket for Keeby.
12 points for Keeby now.
Rusher puts up the jumper, knocks it down from the free throw line. Isaiah Rusher.
Valley's hit 4 of the last 5 shots into that Rusher jumper. His 6th point.
59-43. Cardinals covered up a little bad defense there, but they're going to turn the ball over, but they turned Keeby loose. Keeby's just coming alive here for Jacksonville. Gets the rebound, gets the follow-up, gets the bucket, draws a foul, going to get a free throw.
Been a real bright spot for Jacksonville.
He has. He really has.
Player.
6'6" sophomore out of Ottawa, Canada. 9:18 left in the game. The Cardinals are up by 14. Unable to complete the three-point play, and Gatson controls the rebound. Blake with the three-pointer, got it. He's feeling it. And now Pat Smith calls another timeout. It's a full timeout. 9:07 left in the game. The Cardinals are suddenly up by 17. 9:07. I think this may represent their biggest lead at 17.
22 points for Blake. I think you're right, but 22 points for Blake. He's hit his last 3 shots at Trinity Valley. He's hit 5 of the last 6. You can tell he's really starting to feel it. Not hesitating at all to take those jumpers. Trinity Valley's up a big lead here.
Michael Landers, Baton Rouge Community College Lady Bears beat Delgado 54-48 tonight. Tells me a little text, he said that they blew a 29-point lead. Well, they didn't blow it because they won the game, so I guess it just depends on your definition of that. But anyway, congratulations to Michael and the Lady Bears for putting out another victory. I think it makes them 16-5 on the year, and they did crack into the AP Top 25 this week as another receiving votes. That's the first time in the history of the program that's happened, so we congratulate them. Pat Smith in the huddle with the Cardinals, getting his phone across. Not comfortable with a 62-45 lead. Wants to make sure everybody's in sync on the defensive end, I'm sure. This will be an exciting time here at Trinity Valley. This coming fall, we'll be playing volleyball for the first time. Athens girls coach, volleyball coach Tasha Spain, graduate of Eustis High School, has already been named the head coach. He's already out signing players, so we're looking forward to volleyball here at the Valley. Jacksonville's going to have to start scoring points in bunches, Jason.
Yeah, they sure are.
I don't know if Rusher got a piece of that. He sure changed the shot. Sergey Putar.
His first action of the game. Big guy. Very big guy.
Chris Blake, that was an opening. He could have taken it down the baseline here. He wanted it. Trying to get the ball maybe inside to Rusher. And he worked inside. He had inside position that time too. They just missed it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. 5 on the shot clock. Rusher to Derek, and there's a shot clock violation there. And that wasn't a good set for the Cardinal offense.
Seen that a couple of times tonight.
That was way too easy.
Yeah.
Length of the floor with Gilchrist with the layup. Way too easy. Just a 15-point game. It's not out of reach yet. 6 points for Gilchrist. Cardinals don't have this one put away just yet.
Yeah. Well, certainly not if that's going to happen too many more times. An easy bucket.
Gadsden with the drive. Goes baseline, wraparound pass to Rusher, loses control, maintained by the Cardinals. Gadsden with the basketball. DeAndre Derrick drives baseline, draws contact, blocking foul before the shot. Be the Cardinals ball underneath.
Double foul call here.
Oh, really? I didn't see that. Very good eyes, Jason. It was a double foul.
See here on the replay, but yeah, they kind of tussling down here. You see out.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that. That's 5 fouls on Isaiah. He's going to be done for the last boy.
He did get up and under Pukar just a little bit, and I guess they both were, but not sure about that one.
So 7:30, Isaiah Rusher has fouled out, and he's replaced by Adrian Forbes, who has 4 fouls. Turnaround by Stretch, no good. Forbes with the rebound, no good. Jacksonville on the run, still plenty of time. Layup, slam. Daniel Skinner, the Cardinals just aren't getting back on defense, just not getting back at all. 62-49, suddenly it's a 13-point game. Cardinals are in foul trouble at the post position.
I've seen Pat Smith begging his players to get back here on previous possessions, and it's just not happening right now.
Well, this just has all the licks. It would be a game the Cardinals just have to hang on in, Jason.
Well, it's just like you said, too. I mean, just when you think you've got an 18-point lead and you feel kind of comfortable, here they come. See here on the replay, Blake drives in there and gets fouled.
Cardinals get the ball into Watson, back out to Gadsden. Gadsden drives, turns it over. Here comes a layup with Gilchrist. Misses. Defended by Blake. Great job by Blake not getting the foul call. Blake, oh, he could have had the 3. Could have had the 3. He spotted up for it.
Hesitate just a little bit, but they've been smart decisions tonight.
DeAndre Derrick drives. Can't get it to fall.
All of a sudden, after hitting 4 straight shots, Trinity Valley has missed 4 straight. 13-point lead now.
Really got to be a little bit concerned here. There's an offensive foul. That's a break for the Cardinals. I believe that's going to be Pukar that's going to be called for the foul. It's going to turn the ball over. Yeah, that's who the call is on. Ball will go over to the Cardinals. Jacksonville fans not happy with that call. It's a big call, too. Cardinals need to make it hurt with points. Stubbs with the drive and shot and miss. Well, the Cardinals can't buy a bucket now.
5 straight misses.
Boy, Couldn't ask for a better shot that time by Keeby. Just can't get the fouls. A turnover, and the ball going to go over to Jacksonville. Jason, I'm just telling you, we're 5:58 left in the game, but boy, just a little nervous feeling here if you're a Cardinal fan, I would think.
Yeah. It's a tough one on their stretch there, turning that ball over. Had the rebound, it's just a little bit off balance. He had a little bit of a bump. Nothing he could do about it, really.
Cardinals can't give up the easy bucket. They've got to make Jacksonville work for anything they get. And now we're going to have an offensive foul, blocking foul called against Keeby. So that's a break for the Cardinals, but they've got to come down and get points off of it.
That's kind of been the theme all night, hasn't it, been? We saw early, there were 11 turnovers in the first half for Jacksonville. As you mentioned, Trinity Valley just wasn't able to take advantage of it. This is the time they're definitely going to want to do that.
Stubbs working against Isler. Derek on the drive, misses the layup. Wow, the Cardinals just can't hit a thing. Hill with a three. Oh, that would have hurt there for the Cardinals. That would have knocked it down to a 10-point game. And now Jacksonville can't hit. There's going to be a foul called underneath against Hill. This should send the Cardinals to the line for 1-and-1. They better hit some free throws because they're not hitting anything else, Jason.
Yeah, that's right. He was kind of upset about that foul call, but as Forbes was coming down, kind of palmed his face there. Hard to dispute that one, and you're right. Need Forbes to hit these shots. Kind of break this dry run they've had.
It has been a dry spell. 5:18 left in the game, 62-49 Cardinals. Well, he gets the free throw to fall. That's the first time the Cardinals had any success at getting anything to find the mark. Gets them off the 62-point mark.
First point since the 9:09 mark. Chris Blake nailed that three.
It's a pretty long dry spell. Thankfully they had a big lead. Gets the second to go down.
First point of the game for Forbes.
Forbes has got to play a little bit timid in their side, Jason, with 4 fouls.
Yeah, now we've got a foul down low there. I think it's going to be on Stallings.
No, it's on Stretch.
Stretch, yeah, okay.
That's Stretch's 3rd foul. I don't want to get too concerned, but the thing about it is if the game gets any closer and there's a possibility of overtime, then you may have some problems. First free throw, no good, rebounded by Stretch. Cardinals turned it over.
Great turnover in the second half. Great defensive pressure.
Hill drives. Could have taken Forbes on. Forbes has got to be careful. He did a good job then. He gave up the bucket, but he did a good job of not getting his 5th foul. And we'd have a timeout on the floor. It's going to be charged to Jacksonville. Jaguars have taken a timeout. It's a full timeout. We'd like to remind you that our next webcast will be on Saturday, February the 13th, when the Cardinals and the Lady Cardinals are home against the Paris Junior College Dragons. Cardinals, both teams won the first time up in Paris, so this will be the rematch, and game times are going to be 2 and 4 p.m. We'll start our pregame show here on the Cardinal Sports Network at 1:45 p.m. We hope you'll all join us. We appreciate everybody that tunes in each week to our broadcast, Jason, our webcast, and gets a chance to see their kids play down here in Athens, Texas.
Yeah, the internet's a great thing, isn't it? Where you can be in Ottawa, Canada, or you can be in Brazil or anywhere else where these guys are from. You can be in Spanish Town, Jamaica, and if you've got an internet connection, you can watch Trinity Valley basketball. That's a good thing. That's a great thing.
It is. I'll tell you, I'll do a little recruiting here for Bill Daniels and Pat Smith. So if you're a great high school player out there and you're considering the junior college route, Trinity Valley is a great place to come. One, because we love our basketball here and we're pretty good at it. And two, it'll give your parents and your families and your friends a chance to see you play a few games each year. Each year we'll probably add more and more games.
Yeah, not many colleges are going to offer that opportunity.
Resuming play, 64-51 with 4:31 left in the game. Jacksonville's just on the brink of really being back into it. Need a couple of stops and points. They're applying full court pressure defense here. And he travels, turns it over just like that, out of the timeout against the press. Man, that just drive a coach crazy. (64-51). Well, there's just an uneasy feeling kind of here in the gym, Jason. I just sense it. Need a momentum changer for the Cardinals. Still got a double-digit lead. Forbes with the block. Well, Forbes has to be careful, but I'll guarantee you that was a great job there. With 4 fouls, he didn't turn back, and he got the block.
Yeah, dangerous play there, but, you know, what are you going to tell a guy? They're going to go 110%. He did a good job of, you know, forcing a different look down there for Keeby, who's been so successful down there.
Well, Jacksonville's doing a great job with the Trout in the press, but Gatson comes up with a steal, and he is grabbed. Brown grabs him. The foul's going to be called. It'll be a 1-and-1 for Gatson. Needs to hit the free throws because nothing else is really falling for him.
Yeah, they really dodged a bullet there, Benny. Had a turnover go both ways, and Jacksonville's still in the range where they can cut this game to 10 points.
Free throw falls and get a second.
It's only Trinity Valley's 3rd free throw attempt of the second half, Benny. They were 4 of 8 in the first half.
Haven't been a lot of free throws shot. He gets the second. 66-51. Coming up on the 4-minute mark. Jacksonville's going to start scoring a few in bunches here. Great job by Forbes anticipating that pass, getting a piece of it, knocking it out of bounds.
I tell you what, Adrian Forbes has played a long time in this game with 3 fouls and then 4 fouls. Credit him for what he's done defensively.
That's been huge. It has been. Keeby underneath, blocked by Forbes. Well, Forbes is still going after him with 4 fouls. He's not turning back.
It's 2 great plays on Keeby, who's had a great game down there, 16 points. 2 very tough plays.
Gatson pulls up, 14-foot jumper, no good. Rebound, back up Stallings. Good, got it. Big bucket. Big bucket, Reggie Stallings.
This may be the run they were needing. Put this thing away.
68-51.
Excuse me, 13 points.
Well, you just don't want the fouls. You don't want the fouls now. You don't want to give Jacksonville opportunities with the clock stopped. And one more foul, the Cardinals will be, Jacksonville will be in the double bonus. This will be a 1-and-1 with 3:14 left in the game, 68-51. First one's good. And the second goes down. Been a fast-paced doubleheader tonight, the kind we like. It's just coming up on the 9 o'clock hour here in Texas, 8:54. We got 3:14 left in the game. Of course, I've just jinxed us, and it'll take 20 minutes to play the last 3 minutes.
Thanks a lot, man.
Jacksonville's had to come out of their zone. They can't afford to sit back in it now. The Cardinals have a double-digit lead, and we're under 3 minutes to go. Three-pointer, top of the key, got it. He drained it. Reggie Stallings, three-pointer, 71-53. And suddenly now the Cardinals can take a breath.
16 points now for Stallings. Nice job tonight.
Answer by Hill, no. Rebound, Forbes, yes. Now the Cardinals won't be shy about burning some clock. Stretch Watson turnaround jumper, nailed it. There's the stretch we know. Cardinals have opened up a 20-point lead now, their biggest lead of the game with just under 2 minutes left to play.
9 points for Stretch. 10 rebounds.
That was easy underneath there. Skinner. Don't care what the score is, the coach doesn't want to see that. And there's a foul going to be called on Isler. It's going to send Gatson to the free throw line. Should be the double bonus for the Cardinals. Gatson's going to shoot two. First one was good.
See, Ashton Crowley entered the game. Billy came in here at the semester.
Yep, his first action of this game. We saw him play in the previous home game.
Matt Moody, the Mohawked Matt Moody, is in as well.
Hey, I just noticed that. Second free throw is no good. Forbes is battling. He controls it. Three-pointer, good. Oh, nice job, Reggie Stallings. Man, this game has blown this game open here the last couple of minutes, Jason. Three on the other end, no good. Tipped up, almost goes in. I think Stretch tipped that one, it almost went in. Got a substitution timeout by the Cardinals. Be no stoppage in play for any length of time anyway. Just make some subs.
Now, I might try, but I don't think I can pull off the Mohawk look like Moody can there.
We all thank you.
My wife thinks me for that.
Stretch, turn around, no good. Alley-oop, and Jacksonville gets their alley-oop down that time. Daniel Skinner slams it home. Under a minute, 77-57.
11 points for Skinner now.
Xavier Williamson, three-pointer from the corner, knocks it down. 80-57.
Yeah, really turned it on, Billy. Second, 6 points on the night.
Three-pointer, no good. Isler put it up. 33 seconds and counting.
2/10 of a second difference on the shot clock.
Content to dribble it out. Instead, they turn it over. Seven seconds left in the game. Cardinals are going to drive that time. That's going to be the ball game. And our Cardinals are going to win by a score of 80-57. Run the Cardinals record to 19-4 overall, 8-4 in the conference. Jacksonville is going to fall to 11-12 and 5-7 in conference play. The Cardinals will be on the road Saturday. They go to Tyler. In that game, some schedule says that the game is here, but it is at Tyler at 4 p.m. The Cardinals will be at home again. They play Parrish here on the 13th. Again, we'll have those games webcast for you. The Grady Cardinal game beginning at 2 p.m. And The pregame will start at 1:45, and we'll let you all join us for that. Again, there was a sweep for the Cardinals and the Lady Cardinals tonight. The Lady Cardinals came out on top and had a doubleheader sweep, which is what we like. 82 to 55 was the final score in the women's game. If we get Pat Smith up here, we'll get a quick visit from him. Haven't made contact with him yet, but we're hoping he'll stop by for a quick visit. Talk about the Cardinals and what's ahead for them. I think Jason's going to step away to see if he can get Pat to step up here and join us real quick. And we'll do a quick wrap up after that. And the crowd is filing out. A loud night here at Cardinal Gym. But it's a sweep, and that's exactly the way we like it. Lady Cardinals win, and the men win the nightcap 80 to 57, and the ladies won 82 to 55. Now we're going to be joined here real quickly here by Pat Smith. And we're now joined by Cardinal head basketball coach Pat Smith. Pat, congratulations on the win.
I thought our guys, I thought they played hard. Jacksonville, I had a lot of respect for their team. They've been on kind of a roll here lately. They beat Navarro. They beat Tyler pretty soundly Saturday. And in your schedule, Benny, you always see a trap game or two. And with Tyler coming up Saturday, I was just very concerned that we might be in a little bit of a trap game situation. And so I'm just real pleased to get this win tonight.
Your post players, Isaiah Rusher and Adrian Forbes, got in some foul trouble early. And I thought Adrian did a great job there the last part of the game, playing with 4 fouls as long as he did.
One thing I've learned a long time ago about defense, you can have the greatest principles and all that together, but it's nice when you got those 6'9" guys back there, Benny, patrolling that lane and just being able to play tall. And that's what we had tonight. I mean, even though they did get in foul trouble, I thought they really made it hard to attack the basket on us. And, I thought also the second half we did a real good job of coming out and jumping on them early, which I thought was huge.
Pat, you talked last week, the last time we talked about the key as far as getting to the tournament is being one of those 4 teams that get a bye, and you're in a position now where if you just take care of your own business, you control your own destiny as far as that goes.
Well, Benny, I tell you, I was thinking tonight, that was a nice deal that Dr. Forgy and Rip Drumgold did for me. I really appreciated that. But I've spent my whole career trying to win the next game. And, we're going to try to win the next game and then, see where that takes us. And, we control our own destiny. This is the Big East of junior college basketball. And, the fact that we were 4-4 and now we're 8-4, we're on a pretty good roll right now.
You really are. And the thing about it is, too, this wraps up play against the South Zone. You go back and play the North now the rest of the way.
Well, actually, it doesn't. We still have Blinn left.
That's
For whatever reason, Benny, they throw one game in there after we start playing. We start Tyler Saturday, and then if I'm not mistaken, we go to Blinn after that.
That's right. I forgot that there was a little zigzag in the schedule like that. Well, Pat, as you look ahead at your team now, any concerns that you've got as you go forward? Or what is your biggest concern?
We've struggled. We've struggled a little bit just at times having a good flow offensively. Maybe it's because we work the majority of our time on defense, but I do try to catch my offense up as the year goes along. And to be honest with you, and this is something we're trying to address, I felt like the last couple of years we just weren't good enough offensively when we got to the regional tournament, and everybody steps it up a notch defensively. This team has a chance to be, but we've got to keep improving. And, it really helps, of course, Saturday stretch goes 0 for 8. He has a bad first half tonight. And then the second half, there's not a shot he couldn't have hit. He nailed about everything. And then I thought Reggie Stallings is really getting in a good flow right now. He played huge in the overtime Saturday. And to be honest with you, Benny, in this league, I feel like we lost 1 or 2 we should have won, and we might have won 1 Saturday we should have lost. Found some way to get it done. But, when you play 19 conference games, you got to tough some of them out.
You really do. And the last thing we'll visit with you about, Pat, you mentioned the Tyler game. Of course, you had him here in the conference opener. You lost that with 84-82 in double overtime. I guess your kids have probably got a little bit of fire in their belly wanting to play Tyler again.
I would think so. We definitely want to play them. Now, they've been playing unbelievable at home. Their last 2 home games, if I'm not mistaken, they beat San Jac 91-77, and they destroyed a good Lamar State team. But, we're looking forward to the challenge of playing in that place. That's one of those places, Benny, you've been there. You can't walk in that place and soak up the basketball history.
No question. And you think back through the years at you know, the late Coach Floyd Wagstaff and Leon Spencer coaching those games against each other all those times.
I coached against Tyler when I was at Jacksonville the night Wagstaff died. Remember how he always sat up there in that little thing and they had it roped off? And I tell you what, I don't think the Lakers could have come in and beat the Apaches that night. No. And I'm just saying that I think God's spirit was with him and with the Apaches. And, you know, I'll never forget that as long as I live because there's so much history. And one of the privileges I've had in my life is getting to know guys like Vernon Horton.
Oh, yeah.
Let's make sure we throw Floyd Wagstaff in there, but also Leon Spencer, you know, some of the living legends of this game. Gene Bass from Three Rivers Community College.
Yeah, no question about it. Well, Pat, again, congratulations on the win. We appreciate you stopping by and visiting with us. We reminded folks the next time we're on will be when Paris is here in a week from Saturday, and that'll be a huge game as well.
Yeah, I guess we're going to try to get Tyler on Saturday, you know. I mean,
they're
going to be ready for us. And, you know, Benny, we blew a 16-point lead here against them, and it was a tough loss. That's a tough way to start league. It's like I told the kids going into today, we've been playing from behind from the start of conference on. So, you know, it's nice now that we do control our own destiny, and we're still looking at a conference title. Right. I mean, we're still looking at trying to win that next game. Every game has got to be a championship game right now.
Well, it is. In your squad, you've moved yourself into that position. And, well, Pat, thanks for stopping by, and we will see you Saturday in Tyler.
I tell you what, too, our girls' team's playing about as good as I've seen them play in a long time here right now. I mean, I want Coach Namath and his staff has got them really playing well.
Yeah, they really are. They really are. Well, Pat, thanks a lot. It was a nice doubleheader here at Trinity Valley tonight.
It's always nice when you win.
There you go.
Thanks, Benny.
You bet, you bet. Again, that's Coach Pat Smith, who tonight was honored for his 500th career victory, which he gained last season, and a little bit of an oversight, but we made up for it tonight. We are glad about that. Again, our final scores here tonight were in the women's game. The Lady Cardinals won by a score of 82-55, and the Cardinals came out on top 80-57. That's going to wrap it up from Cardinal Gym. Again, thank you for joining the Cardinal Sports Network for tonight's game. We'll look forward to having you tune us in again in a week from Saturday on the 13th when Paris is here for 2 and 4 p.m. Please take note of the credits as they flow across your screen, because these folks are the ones that got us on the air tonight and made everything look all fancy and everything, and we appreciate that. And until next time, this is Benny Rogers bidding you good night from Cardinal Gym.